basically gave me the task to come up with my Frankenstein God, which was like going to a bunch of different people and asking them what their God was and like kind of formulating what like the bits and pieces that I liked of each of them into my own God.
Make your own.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Frankenstein God, yeah.
I've never heard that.
That was the Rachel one.
Of course it was a
It
Rachel
would be,
one.
yeah,
it would
of
be a
course it
Rachel
is.
one.
She might have just made it up on the spot.
Frankenstein God.
So yeah, I did that. I like got a bunch of shit that I really liked from people, and like I loved the whole 3D HP, which is like 3-dimensional higher power, which pretty much is like your God within, God between, God without. And like God within for me is like moral compass. Like when you're fucking 3 years old, like you just have that gut instinct in your stomach. Like when your mom tells you not to eat the cookie from the cookie jar, you're like, okay, and then you do it, and you're like, shit, I fucked up. It's just like you have like that gut feeling of like what is right from wrong. Like we didn't have to have that, but like we are just born with that instinct of what is good and what is bad, which I think is cool. God between is obviously like what Chandler was talking about, like the love from the group and like love from people. Like my roommate was talking about like love from dogs. Like I think of my dog, like it is unconditional love. Like I can be
child.
pissed
Absolutely.
at her. Yes, my baby. And like a love of a mother, that it's just like unconditional love. Like no matter how many times we like fuck them over, it's like it's still there. It's unconditional, like always there for us. And then love with, or God without, is kind of like all the shit that I have no control over. Like the 100% of your 1% we were talking about last night, Amelia was. It's like I have no control over anything that goes on around me. I have no control over the trees or the fucking birds that mate or the hobbies that other people like or like the things other people do or say. All I can control is like what I do and what I say. And like all this shit like happens around me and I have no control over it, but it somehow like has led me down this path. It's like the God right straight with crooked lines shit. Like that's huge for me. Because I look at every single thing that happened in my life that I like complained about and bitched and moaned about, and it all like led me to this place. Like my parents were pushing rehab for like 2 years before I finally like gave, and I found the place that I went to that I'm at now the day that I was going to rehab. Like I was supposed to go to this other place, and then like they were like, okay, I was like, I'm not gonna get sober here, this is horrible, like it's all like 70-year-olds and I wouldn't be, yeah, anyways. And so my parents were like driving me home to Florida, and I got a text from my aunt who was like, hey, just come in Atlanta just for today. Like, just check out this place that I'd heard of. And I was like, okay. And turns out my mom went to high school with one of the dads of a kid in this group. And so, like, like, so many things, like, had to play out in my life a very specific way. Like, I also, like, the only reason I came here was because I ended up having seizures one day randomly. And that was kind of my parents' final straw of like, okay, no, you're getting help. And I was kind of like, okay, yeah, fair.
Seizures will do that.
Yeah, man, God bless them.
All right, guess I'll get the help.
Okay. Now I'm getting medical problems. So.
Yeah, so just God right straight with crooked lines is huge. Like every single thing in my life like has been a godsend. Like everything has led me to where I am today, and I would not trade anything in the world for like where I'm at today and the people I have today, because I would so much rather be like living this life than, you know, going to college and like doing the job that I thought I wanted. Like everything that I thought I wanted was so different, and like it just reminds me that like there is a plan. Like